tale, the only tale of horror I've ever endured. It begins during last summer when I was on vacation. I missed my home and my cat especially, so much so that I ended up buying a gift to cure my homesickness. A gift I would forever regret. It all began on a day when the sunlight shined so brightly I felt like a rotisserie chicken. I chose to find relief from the heat that I was enduring at a children's toy store, the treasure trove for tykes. It was shaped like a lumpy pirate ship, and upon entering it, all the light disappeared from the world, and the store looked like a spectrum of black hues. I then saw that in the store there were high bookcases filled to the brim with toys of the utmost peculiar nature. Meandering my way through the cases, I found one aisle towards the back filled with quite fetching animal wind-up toys. I entered the aisle. I then saw it, the white cat arm lying in a black basket. The now abominable arm sat alone, its fake computer white fur lighting the gloom. It was an exact replica of a cat's arm up to the elbow. The elbow ended in a black ebony-like butt with a trigger that, if pulled, would make the cat's arm curl, replicating a gentle swatting grab that some cats give their owners. Also, more importantly, when the arm curled, it released a gentle, sweet, lovable meow, rare among the egotistic cat species. Meow. It was an interesting, irregular object that I immediately wanted to purchase due to missing my cat so much, and the feeling that this imitation of a cat might alleviate the pain. I took the cat arm home and spent 2 more blissful weeks on vacation, seeking the comfort of the cat's arm in times of homesickness. Eventually, like all things, my vacation ended and I headed back home. At my humble abode, I was once more united with my cat, and the now cat arm, through unpacking, lay forgotten on top of a bookcase that loomed over my bed. It re-emerged into my conscience during the brisk cold of September. I was having a boring day and I decided to find some entertainment with the peculiar cat arm. I ran upstairs to my room, stood on my tippy toes, and grabbed the cat from atop my bookshelf. As I ran downstairs, I could have sworn I felt something squirm beneath my fingers. When I arrived back downstairs and sat on the couch, I pulled the trigger, making the cat arm curl like a centipede, releasing a gentle purr while in motion. I continued to play with the cat with ever more vigor until I started pretending that the holster-shaped toy was an actual gun. I stood crouched like an assassin, pressing the trigger repeatedly, all while making Star Wars shooting sounds. Pew pew, I said. Pew pew. I felt the cat arm curl. Pew pew. I heard the cat meow. Pew pew. Roar! I dropped the toy. Roar! It hit the ground and screamed once more. I looked down at the arm, blood pulsating fearfully through my veins. I was in deadly shock. I looked down for assurance that the previous occurrence was indeed part of the realm of reality. I picked up the now still toy and walked upstairs, holding it above my head like a holy relic. Cold sweats ran down my back. I entered my room and placed the cat arm back onto its former home, the bookcase that looms over my bed. I tried to forget the instance ever happened. The next few nights were amongst the most fearful of my life. I could feel the cat's arm pointing an accusing finger at me from his throne, as I begged for sleep to come, though when it came I awoke to an even greater horror. Before every night I would make sure to memorize the exact location and positioning of the cat's arm, but when I woke that position would forever change, the cat's arm acting like a needle of a compass, forever trying to point north. Bags formed beneath my eyes. I was desperate for a solution. That's when I recalled my friend Morella, who is well informed with the paranormal. I called her quickly, asking her to come with haste. I led her into my room, the cat arm's domain. It was here! It was here! I screeched, reaching feeble limp arms at the abode of the creature. It was right here. The arm had disappeared